Welcome, wrestling fans, to the AWM Studios Podcast with your amazing host, James Barry Wolf. Today, we're embarking on an epic journey through the thrilling history of the Money in the Bank ladder match. Join me as we explore how this match became a cornerstone of WWE's annual calendar, from its inception at WrestleMania 20 to its evolution into a standalone pay-per-view. Get ready for some high-flying action, unforgettable moments, and the strategic brilliance that defines this iconic match. The Money in the Bank ladder match was born in 2005, introduced at WrestleMania 21, conceptualized by the one and only Fozzy lead singer Chris Jericho. It revolutionized WWE's landscape by offering a guaranteed championship opportunity to the winner. We'll dive into the debut match, the rules, and the immediate impact it had on the wrestling world. In fact, let's roll the rule video right now. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted and flagged for this video because it belongs to the WWE, but still, so that you can get more familiarized with the match itself, the rules, the history, and all that and more. Let's roll the clip that I took from WWE's YouTube channel. Again, all ownership to this video belongs to the WWE World Wrestling Entertainment. I do not claim to own this video or anything like that. So please, let's roll that clip right now. Recognizing the match's popularity and its potential as a standalone attraction, WWE made a strategic decision in 2010 to establish the Money in the Bank as its own pay-per-view. This move allowed the concept to expand beyond WrestleMania, giving it a dedicated spotlight and increasing its significance in WWE's annual calendar. The inaugural Money in the Bank pay-per-view featured two ladder matches, one for the Raw brand and one for the SmackDown brand, each offering a contract for a guaranteed championship match for their prospective winner at any moment up to 1 year calendar date from that Money in the Bank match. So basically the concept, like you've been seeing on that WWE propaganda that I played early on in the episode, is that the winner has, like I said, up to 1 year from that match to cash in at any time that he wants, on any pay-per-view, on any weekly show, at any moment that he wants to. If he sees that they're vulnerable enough, he will seize the opportunity and cash in and potentially win the championship match. Now, much more than this, I don't really know. I'm just a fan watching, like all of you, like all of us, and it's just an incredible match. The amount of winners that have gone on to have successful cash-in rates is remarkable. Remarkable. You had such winners as Edge, CM Punk, who else? I mean, the list goes on and on. Give me a minute. I'm looking up all the winners. I apologize. I should have this right in front of me. 2005, you had Edge. 2006, you had RVD. And 2007, you had Mr. Kennedy. And then from 2009 through 2010, you had a double, CM Punk twice. Then you had Jack Swagger in 2010 winning it for the SmackDown brand when they started doing... Actually, no, he was the last WrestleMania winner at WrestleMania 26, Jack Swagger. And then you had The Miz in his first ever pay-per-view Money in the Bank win for the Raw brand. And then 2010... No, that was that. And then 2011, you had Alberto Del Rio. And then also Daniel Bryan. So the list goes on and on. You had Edge, RVD, Mr. Kennedy, CM Punk twice, Jack Swagger, The Miz, Alberto Del Rio, Daniel Bryan, Dolph Ziggler, John Cena. Damian Sandow, Randy Orton, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose. The list goes on and on of winners that have happened at WrestleMania or the Money in the Bank pay-per-view itself. And their successful cash-in rate is remarkable. Only a few of them have unsuccessful cash-in rates, like John Cena, but his was because they were trying to hold off for the Royal Rumble for it to being CM Punk versus The Rock for the championship, for The Rock to win the belt, just to face John Cena in a rematch at WrestleMania 29. So I'm stuttering. I apologize. I truly apologize that I'm stuttering. I basically pride myself on trying to sound professional as I can, but I tend to stutter at times, so I apologize on that. Please bear with me. But much more than that, I mean, John Cena was the first one to be unsuccessful. He wasn't the last one, but he was the first one ever to be unsuccessful with his cash-in rate. And what it was John Cena versus CM Punk for the WWE Championship on an episode of Raw. And The Rock came out and went for a people's elbow, interfering in the match, I should mention. He went for the people's elbow on John Cena, and CM Punk jumped up and gave him the GTS to The Rock, that is. And then John Cena lost the match. So, I mean, much more things happened here and there during the course of that match, but still. So let's get into the next segment of this, please, which I call the next segment Strategic Brilliance. And why do I call it this? The Money in the Bank briefcase became a strategic tool for the WWE superstars, offering a guaranteed championship opportunity that could be cashed in at any time within the year following their victory. This added a new layer of intrigue and unpredictability to the WWE storylines, as superstars strategically chose their moments to capitalize on tired champions or chaotic post-match scenarios. Notable cash-ins include Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 31, like I said, where he inserted himself into the match between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns to capture the World Heavyweight Championship. The next one, iconic moments. Over the years, the Money in the Bank ladder match has produced numerous iconic and unforgettable moments. Edge holds the record for the most Money in the Bank wins, with 2 victories in 05 and 07. CM Punk's back-to-back victories, though, in 08 and 09, solidified his reputation as a cunning strategist. RVD's cash-in at ECW's One Night Stand in 2006 remains a legendary moment in wrestling history, as he became the first to declare his championship opportunity well in advance and successfully, I should mention, capture the WWE Championship from one John Cena. Segment 6. Evolution of risk and reward. The format of the Money in the Bank ladder match has evolved over time to increase the risks and rewards for its participants. Initially featuring 6 to 8 superstars, the match has occasionally expanded to include up to 10 people at one point, intensifying the chaotic ladder climbing action. WWE has also introduced variations like the women's version, offering female superstars the same opportunity as their male counterparts. So, basically, it took years, and I mean years and years and years and years and years for women to finally be taken seriously. First was the Divas Revolution into the women's category now. So they're no longer considered divas. They're now female superstars or women superstars, whatever you want to call them. And they're given so much more time in their matches that they weren't given originally. Because back in the day, like 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 4, 5, they were only given like maybe 3 or 4 minutes per week for a match. 3 or 4 minutes, like something quick. And then somewhere around the time of like 2011, 2012, 2013-ish, they were then expanded upon to being able to showcase what they're capable of as as WWE superstars and athletes by being given like 6, 7, 8 minute matches, like proper time matches. Because the way WWE times their matches is not just bell to bell time. They consider the entire segment, and a segment includes the first superstar's entrance, second superstar's entrance, if there is one, and then bell to bell, and then the victory celebration after it, and interference as if there's anything included in that. So basically, that's an entire segment. That's how they consider an entire segment. So when you hear a match is like 20 minutes, figure within that 20 minutes, there's a minute, minute and a half entrance time, maybe even 30 seconds if it's a weekly show like Raw, SmackDown, then it's like 20 to 45 seconds of entrance time each. And then from bell to bell, it's like maybe 12 to 13 minutes, and then the celebration is like another minute and a half to 2 minutes. And then if they have a promo before or after the match, that's also taken into account. So really, if it's a 20-minute segment, figure there's like 45 seconds of entrances for both superstars or both teams, whatever. And then there's like maybe 2 to 6 minutes of promo time if it's before match, or if not, then it's bell to bell of like 12 minutes, maybe 13, 14 minutes of bell to bell physical action. And then after it is celebration, which should only take about 2 minutes. And then from there, if there's a promo to be done after it promoting the big pay-per-view or whatever, then that promo will be given like maybe 5 to 6 minutes of runtime, airtime to get over the pay-per-view match that they're getting into. So basically, that's just how WWE runs their run sheet, is what I'm trying to get at. I know I'm doing a long-winded speech right now, but for a nutshell, that's basically what it is. Segment 7. Impact on careers. Winning the Money in the Bank briefcase has often served as a launching pad for superstars to ascend to main event status. Superstars such as Daniel Bryan, who won in 2011, went on to cash in and capture the WWE Championship, cementing their place at the top of WWE's hierarchy. The briefcase has become synonymous with opportunity and ambition, providing a pathway for emerging talents to showcase their skills and elevate their careers on a global stage. So basically, when you win the briefcase, if you successfully cash in, you can now make yourself even bigger than you already are. You have that opportunity because now you're given more and more airtime on TV as being the champion to run with the belt, to make yourself looking bigger and better than you already did before. You have that opportunity. Whether or not it's successful is a different story, but you have the platform and opportunity to now elevate yourself bigger than you were once before. And you have the, like I keep using the same terminology, the same word over and over and over and over and over again, opportunity to showcase everything that you've practiced over the past 6 years or 5 years or 12 years, whatever your career lineage is. You now have the opportunity to showcase it to the whole world right now, being like the world champion or the WWE champion or the undisputed champion or the universal champion or whatever you want to call it. You now have that opportunity. So, yeah. All right, now I'm going to take a little bit of a break because I've been doing this one for about 11 and a half, 12 minutes. So I'm going to take another little bit of a break. And I'll be right back with my actual prediction for the WWE 2024's Money in the Bank match. I know I said I would do that earlier, and I've just been going on a long ramble, but I will be back after this to give you my true and honest prediction for tomorrow night's Saturday, July 6th pay-per-view of Money in the Bank. Because this will be produced and edited and recorded prior to the Money in the Bank. So even if this is posted after Money in the Bank, just know that my predictions are still valid because this was recorded prior to the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. So any predictions I give you Just know that it is still valid as a prediction. Thank you again, and let's get to that commercial break again. All right, all right. Now, like I said, I'm going to give you my predictions on the 2024 Men's WWE Money in the Bank ladder match. So here are the participants first. You have main event Jey Uso, you have Carmelo Hayes, Andrade, Chad Gable, LA Knight, and Drew McIntyre. Now, what do I see happening in the Men's Royal Rumble? Well, I can't give you the full layout of my prediction for the full length of the match. Just the finish is what I'm going to give you. Basically, my take on and how I think it's going to go down for just the finish of the match. Because I'm not good at describing or predicting a full-length match and going into detail basically about every move or every other move or every big move that they're going to do. So I'll just give you the rundown of my prediction for the finish of the match. The very finish, like the very maybe last 2 to 3 minutes of the match, will include Jey Uso and Chad Gable facing each other basically one-on-one because everyone's going to be laid out by this point. Like I said, this is within like the last minute and a half to 3 minutes of the match. Everyone's going to be laid out at this point, and the final finish of the match is going to be Chad Gable taking out Jey Uso, or so he thinks, and he's going to climb up, being all cocky and confident. He's going to climb up on the ladder, and then out of nowhere, the lights are going to go out because I see them doing something with Chad Gable and the Wyatt Six. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know why they're doing it with Chad Gable, but whatever. Because they're stalking Chad Gable right now on Raw every week or every other week or whatever. They're stalking him instead of stalking Jey Uso, who stole the Fireflies, and that was brought up in a promo between Chad and Jey on this past Monday's Raw. Basically, Chad saying that they should be going after you, why me, because you're the one who stole the Fireflies. And Jey being scared, he's like, well, they can take him back. I'll take mosquitoes. I'll take anything. They can take back the Fireflies. I can care less. But yeah, so I don't think they're doing anything with Jey right away. Eventually, I see them going after Jey. But the first person on their list, on their hit list, will be Chad Gable. So like I said, the finish, the last 30 seconds to a minute of the match will be Chad Gable after taking out Jey Uso, climbing on the ladder, lights go out, and I mean completely go out. And then the Wyatt family, or the Wyatt Six, whatever you want to call them, they start surrounding each exit of the arena, and Uncle Howdy takes center stage, and he comes out mysteriously and cryptically, swinging his hand like he used to do when Bray Wyatt was alive, and he looks all confident, and then he starts stalking Chad, and Chad gets all scared, and he jumps off the ladder, like not from the top, but he climbs down and jumps from the ladder, and tries to exit the match, and tries to exit the arena. And then Jey takes the opportunity while they're going after Chad. Jey climbs up and retrieves the briefcase. So my winner, my pick, my choice is that Jey Uso is going to win the Money in the Bank this year and go on to make his career even bigger than it is. Then you have the women's Money in the Bank match. You have Io Sky taking on Chelsea Green, Lyra Valkyria, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, and Zoe Stark. Now, I haven't paid attention really to WWE full time anymore. I don't do that. But this women's match, I would have to give it to a toss-up between Chelsea Green. No, Chelsea Green's going to lose this big time because she's a loser. Like, I'm not calling her personally a loser, so don't get me wrong. Chelsea Green's not a loser. Her gimmick, the story, the program that they're running with her is a loser, meaning like they're playing her off as losing every match. So she's going to lose this match to Zoe Stark, in my opinion. I picked Zoe Stark as the winner of the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Next, you have Damian Priest versus Seth freaking Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship in a last chance match where if Priest wins, Rollins will never, ever have the opportunity to challenge for the title for as long as Priest is champion. But if Rollins wins, Priest must leave the Judgment Day tag team stable. And then the winner will face Gunther at SummerSlam. So whoever the winner is will end up also facing Gunther at SummerSlam. So It may be Damian Priest defending against Gunter at SummerSlam, or if Seth Rollins wins, it'll be Seth Rollins versus Gunter at SummerSlam. So whoever wins will face Gunter is what I'm trying to say. But my prediction for this match, I see Seth Rollins winning. Because unless Seth Rollins' contract is coming to an end behind closed doors, like in real life, unless his contract is coming to an end, I don't see them possibly passing up the opportunity of giving the belt back to Seth freaking Rollins. I think he only really dropped it. In my opinion, it could have been a planned thing. Like, it could have been already set in stone months ahead of time from WrestleMania. But I think basically he only dropped the belt. Again, this is my opinion. I don't know anything behind closed doors or the real workings of WWE booking. I don't even claim to. But basically what I'm trying to get at is, I think, in my honest opinion, that Seth only dropped the belt to Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania was because Seth was hurt from the night before on night one of WrestleMania in the main event tag team match between him and Cody taking on The Rock and Roman Reigns. I think basically he was hurt further. I mean, he was already hurt prior to that, but he was hurt way, way, way more further in that tag match. Unintentionally, but still hurt further. And he had a bigger injury going into the match against Drew McIntyre that they, one, cut the time a little bit due to his injury, and rightfully so. And they told him, you're dropping the belt to Drew, and then Drew's going to attack or antagonize CM Punk, and Punk's going to attack Drew, and then Damian's going to come down, cash in, and win the belt. So basically, I think Seth only dropped the belt to recover from his injury. So in my opinion, Seth Rollins wins this, goes to SummerSlam to face Gunter, and beats Gunter for the world title. And then you have Sami Zayn defending his Intercontinental Championship against Braun Breaker. Now, I don't know much about Braun Breaker outside the fact that he is the nephew of Scott Steiner and the son of Rick Steiner, former tag team of WCW and WWF, the Steiner brothers, meaning that his uncle was more famous than his father was, Rick Steiner. Scott was well more known in the WWE, TNA, WCW than ever that Rick could ever be. And that's not knocking anything that Rick Steiner's ever done or has ever done, but it's just a notable fact that you mentioned the name Rick Steiner. The only thing that ever really gets mentioned about him is that he was in a tag team with his own brother. But you mentioned Scott Steiner, and you have more of a lineage past the tag team division when he was running singles division on his own. So, in my opinion, Scott Steiner is more famous than his brother Rick Steiner. But still, getting beyond that, like I said, you have Sami Zayn defending the Intercontinental Championship against Braun Breaker, the son of Rick Steiner. How do I see this match going? I see Sami Zayn retaining. That's all I see, is Sami Zayn retaining the match and retaining the belt and going on further to be a longer champion. Then you have the 6-man tag match. You have Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens taking on what they're calling themselves as the New Bloodline, which could be of any of the three. It could be Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, and or Jacob Fatu. Any one of those people could be of the three comprised members of the New Bloodline to be in this tag match. Either way, I see Cody Rhodes, Orton, and Kevin Owens coming out on top and beating them. And why? Because they're on a losing streak. They vow that, oh, the Bloodline only takes winners. They only take people that win. But yet, check all their records since they've come to the WWE. Not their prior independent records, but their WWE records since they've shown up. They have all done nothing but lose after lose after lose after lose after lose. And yet they're claiming, oh, we only accept winners. But yet you guys that are claiming that you only accept winners are the ones losing every single match, every single encounter. You're losing every time. So I still see Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens coming out on top. All right, I'm going to get back to the segment now, and I'll be right back with the segment immediately right now. But those were my prediction for the 2024 WWE Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Let's get back into the main show, shall we? All right, now because the podcast is getting a little bit too long in my opinion, I'm going to do a rapid fire of going through the segments right now. I'm not going to go into too much detail about each segment, so I'm just going to do rapid fire and just read off the script that I've been given pre-written. So just bear with me. I won't go into full detail until the very end, the conclusion and outro section, but until I get there, this is going to be a rapid fire, just reading off with enthusiasm as I can do each segment script. So it'll sound like they're going from one to the other, to the other, to the other. So just bear with me. I apologize on that. Segment 8, WrestleMania versus standalone pay-per-view. The transition from being a highlight of WrestleMania to having its own dedicated pay-per-view marked a significant evolution for the Money in the Bank ladder match. WWE's decision to establish a standalone event allowed for deeper storytelling and increased fan engagement, as each match carried the weight of potential championship implications. This shift emphasized the match's importance within WWE's annual calendar and provided superstars with a more defined platform to compete for the coveted briefcase. Segment 9. Innovation and fan engagement. The Money in the Bank ladder match continues to innovate and captivate audiences worldwide with its unique blend of athleticism and strategic storytelling. WWE has introduced new elements over the years, such as incorporating briefcases specific to Raw and SmackDown. To maintain excitement and unpredictability, fan engagement remains high as viewers eagerly anticipate the match's outcome and speculate on potential cash-ins that could alter WWE's championship landscape in dramatic fashion. As we conclude our journey through the Money in the Bank ladder match's history, its legacy remains firmly established within WWE's lore. The match continues to provide memorable moments and launch careers, solidifying its place as a cornerstone of WWE storytelling and championship hierarchy. Looking ahead, the Money in the Bank ladder match promises to create future stars and deliver thrilling moments that captivate audiences for years to come. And there you have it, a comprehensive look back on the history of the Money in the Bank ladder match. Thank you for joining me, James Barry Wolf, on this exhilarating exploration of one of WWE's most thrilling innovations. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into wrestling history, why not hit that subscribe button and join the AWM Studios Podcast family? Seriously, what are you waiting for? Subscribe for more captivating stories from the world of sports entertainment, and remember to share your thoughts and favorite Money in the Bank moments down in the comments below. Until next time, stay awesome and keep climbing those ladders, both in and out of the ring. Take care, wrestling fans, and talk to you all in the very next exciting episode of the AWM Studios Podcast. Good night, everyone.